everyone. Welcome to Talking Blue Jays podcast. I am your host, Jared Buckford. I'm alongside with my buddy, Caden.
Moncade. Yeah.
Cade. And today we're just going to talk about kind of what's going on in the news sort of the MLB and the Blue Jays. Um, what do you want to start talking about with first? We could talk about what we.
Well, we could talk about the most recent news that came out about the Mets pivoting to trade for Ryan Mountcastle. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, we could find that. I will look for that at the moment. Where's
I
that?
can find it right in a minute. I
Alright,
have it right now.
alrighty. Well, before we start talking about that, I know we don't talk much about this. I know a lot of people don't like this guy and shit. Amazing
His
guy.
nickname's like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, so Trevor Bauer going back to the Yokohama Bay Stars of MPB. It was announced by the team yesterday that Trevor Bauer will be going back to Yokohama, Japan on I think it's a 1 year contract. I'm pretty sure. I think that's all they do in Japan. I think it's 1 year deals. And me on Trevor was very productive last year. We'll go look at we'll pull up Trevor Bauer right quick on. So we'll look at Trevor Bauer. I don't know if they'll pull out his stats. No, they will not. Uh, Baseball reference. Just trying to find this baseball reference. Last year. Mexican stats.
Oh, I just found something I just seen from someone, eh?
Okay, let's
I'll
see.
send it to you in Discord. All
Alrighty,
right.
let's
I
look.
don't know a lot of people trust him, but I trust this guy. So
Yeah. Also, the Blue Jay. Also, MLB Networks had posted about um, Pete thinking Steve Phillips.
A straw man in this discussion that's
What do we think about that? Them talking about him. It's a very, very good source coming from, especially coming in the form of him. But I don't know what do we really think about Steve Phelps though? Like you know what I mean? But
man,
what do we
I
think about
I
Steve
don't know much
Phillips?
about that guy.
I don't know much about him either. He is the host of Lee Squad on he is a baseball insider for TSN and MLB Network. Um, so
There's always that.
there is always that. Um, he did come out. He doesn't. I don't think the MLB world is kind of like a standstill. They're kind of at a standstill right now.
Yeah. All
Um,
right, I'll tell you. Can I tell you something I just found?
yeah, of course. Go
So
right ahead.
last night, there's this guy named Lev.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't pulled up right now.
yeah. Gate 14 doesn't
Yeah,
like him, but
I have
I
it.
I trust him a bit, 50-50 with him.
Mhm.
So,
I have it pulled
and
up
he's saying,
now. Yeah, I just
and
haven't pulled up.
he's saying the deal I claim is done, is basically set to sign. Financials in the 3 year to $90 million range. Boris and the Jays are waiting for Pete to get signing. So yes, it's like not totally done, but it's basically right there.
Yeah, and I love how he's put at the end. I'll wait for people to complain.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a you can shit on me all you want type of thing. And then he came out with this earlier, like an hour ago, saying the Mets are discussing trading for Ryan Mountcastle. What do we think of that, Ryan Mountcastle?
I mean, that's a good pivot option. I mean, it's going to cost him quite a bit of resources because Mountcastle's a decent hitter.
And
Let me check his stats
that's what
from
I was.
last year. Uh, he had 13 home runs last year,
Ryan Mountcastle.
733 OPS.
Yeah, looking at his stats, he did fall off last year. Like he's fallen off from 2022, that's for sure. 2021, of course, as well. Were his 2 good years.
He's kind of turning into like a Torres.
Yeah, like a Rafael. Yeah, like a Torres. Yeah, type style player. Yeah, I would agree with that. Um. Hi Sky. How you doing, buddy? Who else? And then he was also on everything about the Jeff Hoffman. True, the Jeff Hoffman deal, right? When did Hoffman
Yeah.
officially? When did Hoffman officially sign? When did John Heyman say that
Let me
Hoffman
check
signed with the
that. I can
Jays?
pull that up. I can pull that up real quick.
Yeah. But it was
Uh,
real interesting because he came up. He was right on Lev was right on Hoffman. Right. Nobody expected. Like, I know everybody's going around saying, "Oh, he failed his physical in Atlanta. Oh, he failed his physical in Baltimore. Toronto was his third option." If you think about it, Hoffman didn't fail. If you really kind of think about it,
it's,
Hoffman didn't like. Yes, he failed, but also at the same time, he like I don't really know. Like,
he didn't fail.
he didn't
He,
fail.
he
I
there was
know,
nothing
right?
wrong with it and like the IMR about it, like the scan. It's just what he was feeling that they didn't like.
Yeah, like I know Baltimore was saying something about his elbow, and Atlanta said the same thing. Like they're all concerned that he was gonna have elbow issues, but the guy, he Hoffman's gonna give you what? What's Hoffman gonna give you? He's gonna give you about what? 55 innings.
90 strikeouts.
He's gonna give you good strikeout numbers. He's gonna give you good numbers. In his
Oh yeah.
season in Philly last year, I think he was the setup. Was he the setup man? Or I think he was the closer. Yeah,
I'm
I think
pretty
he
sure.
was more the setup man because he only had 10 saves last year. But he still, when you pitch 66 innings, if you've pitched 66 innings and you're consistently around a two-WAR player, you know,
Yeah.
and you only got him for what? It was a 3-year, what, $33 million deal that Hoffman signed. Was it?
Um,
Was it a $33 million deal?
it was 3 years, and I don't know the exact
I
numbers
can't
of them.
remember the exact number of it, but I'm pretty sure it
He
was
got a $500,000 signing
signing
bonus.
bonus. Yeah, he played really well for a guy that they're saying, yeah, he's 32, but when you look at his career, like yes, when you look at the career ERA and the career WHIP, it's high, but when you look at the stats from the past 2 seasons in Philly, he was been
Yeah.
probably one of the better like relievers in on the market. Of course, the best reliever in the market, Tanner Scott, he got shipped. He signed to the Dodgers for what was it, $77 million over what, 5 years or something with deferred payments. I don't quite remember the Tanner Scott. I don't remember what Scott got for his contract, but this guy's been on point. Um, Heyman came out earlier. Adam Fraser, 1 year major league contract to the Pirates. When was the last time we saw? When was the last time Adam Fraser played on an MLB field?
No,
Uh, I don't think he played last year.
no.
Oh, source. I don't. Did that Mesa deal with the Pirates? Is that confirmed yet? Or
I don't think it's like official.
okay. I did see. Who else did we really see? Who's still? I don't think there's much out there right now. This Doug guy, he's been on the Doug Doucette dude. I remember the Blue Jays Today boys. They were talking about him. Also earlier today, Austin Hayes signed a 1 year, $5 million contract with the Cincinnati Reds. Um, Austin Hayes, I don't know, I forgot he played MLB. I forgot he played MLB baseball. I thought he retired personally. Um,
You saw Austin Hayes retired?
I thought Austin Hayes retired, yeah, but
No, he was just hurt.
he was just hurt for the longest time.
Yeah, bud.
Let's let's move our direction over to, let's say, Vlad right now. Let's go for Vlad Guerrero Jr. What do we think Toronto's doing with Guerrero?
I think we're definitely re-signing him. There's no question.
100%.
I think right now we're just doing a hold off, making the Mets pivot to someone else kind of thing. I don't know.
I mean, we see what they're doing. We see what the Mets are doing. They're going after Mountcastle.
Yeah.
They're telling Beatty and that other dude. I can't remember that other dude's name. They're telling them to start getting repetitions at first base. So they're obviously pivoting to life after Pete Alonso. So I think what they're doing is, what Steve Cohen's doing is, he's not offering Alonso what he wants because he knows what's going to be if the Blue Jays don't sign Vlad to this deadline, what that they've given him. That Steve Cohen is going to try to convince Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to complete to be a New York Met. But honestly, I don't think that's going to happen because I think the Blue Jays are going to, if the Blue Jays signed Pete Alonso, they're going to not only sign Alonso, but I think the next day, Mac, if because we've all been hearing, if you sign Pete Alonso, Max Scherzer's most likely falling his ass through the door. Is that what
Oh yeah.
that's what you've heard too? That's what I think everybody has heard. And I
Yep.
think after Scherzer, Alonso comes in, and then Scherzer comes in, Guerrero's gonna come through that door the next day.
Yep.
I think I think that's Ross Atkins' plan. Do I think Ross Atkins is a smart businessman? No. But he was he was a very good GM in Cleveland. Many people don't remember he was a GM in Cleveland before.
I know. There's a lot of people that forget. Yeah.
I don't like he was the guy that built that 2016 team that went all the way to the World Series against the Cubs. Like
You are right.
Atkins was the guy that brought that team, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. Really, it's gonna be very interesting. Do I really expect the Blue Jays to get a shit ton of players? No. Why? Because you might ask ask me why. Well, it's Ross Atkins. The Blue Jays are, as you saw, they were runner-ups for Otani, Soto, Sasaki. Who else were they runner-ups to this like the past two off seasons?
Oh boy, we don't want to bring up the past.
Corbin Burns,
Otani.
We offered Corbin Burns more money, and he still went to Arizona.
See, that's one thing let me hold on. This is why I don't think Pete's going back to the Mets like that kind of way, because they already offered him a contract, and if he was going to do what Burns did and go for a cheaper price, he would have done that by now. So.
And when we look, who is when we look, the agent is Scott Boras, and we all know who Scott Boras is.
Oh yeah.
He's a money grabbing, in my opinion. Clown me if you want. He's a money grabbing piece of shit.
He is. That's why AA wouldn't trade with him.
Exactly. That's the Boras.
I gotta mute for a second.
Yeah, buddy. It's okay. I remember when A-Rod got his big deal with the Yankees, and they were saying that was probably the worst deal of all time at the time because of this agent was Scott Boras, and Boras got him all this money, and A-Rod wasn't like valued that he was much lower than that value that Boras had him valued at. I remember it was another time. It was probably almost 10 years ago, but let's look at guy. Actually, let me try to find Trevor Bauer's stats right quick from Baseball Reference. here we are. Here's Trevor Bauer's stats from Mexico. I know I'm bringing up Trevor Bauer and shit. I want to talk about Trevor Bauer right quick. The guy's the guy's 34. You know, last year in the Mexican League, he went 10-0. Had an ERA under 3. He pitched 104 innings. And Mexico, we know Mexico can be rough. Based off of because we know Mexico can be tough just because of the high altitude and how dry it is. It is to pitch in Mexico. But when you look at Trevor Bauer, how am I gonna put this the right way? He can be the meanest man of all time. And when you go back and you look at his stats, he is probably worth the contract he got with the Dodgers, in my opinion. Because all these people are saying, "Oh, Trevor Bauer's an asshole. Trevor Bauer's this. Trevor Bauer's that." When you talk to his former teammates like Mookie Betts, and all them, they say nothing but great things about Trevor. Like, they say he was a great teammate. You know, he always came to the park with a smile on his face. He always was there. And you can watch his YouTube videos. In his YouTube videos, it's literally sometimes it's just he's helping out a teammate with like a problem or something that they have going on, and he helps them fix it. You know, like you can't ask for such a better person than that, in my opinion. Yes, he can be a bit of an asshole, and he can quite be a douchebag. But his pitching, yes, 2020, 2021, Spider Tack, and all that bullshit. But he went to Yokohama, he went to Japan, and almost put it up the exact same ERA. And he had a lower runs against per 9 innings. Yes, yes, NPB is the Japan Super League, the Japan League is like when you compare it to the ML to like America in the North American game, it's about AAA. But when you go back down and you put up the same ERA in a foreign in the top country in the top not the top country but the top league in the second biggest market in the second biggest baseball country in the world, and put up almost the exact same stats. Like, come on. Why isn't this guy been in MLB? And it's because he's being blackballed. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I think he's being blackballed just because of the threat, just because of what was brought up back in 2021. They were obviously false. Everybody knows they're false now. But MLB just won't let him in. Nobody understands why, but anyway, we're gonna switch our kind of direction over to more of what we think's gonna happen in the coming days. We don't know what to really do when it comes to Blue Jays fans right now, because they don't know really what to think. The Blue Jays don't really know what to think. Um, it's currently hard to be a Blue Jays fan. I generally think that it's hard to be a Blue Jays fan right now because it's painfully hard to be a Blue Jays fan because hold on, I'm gonna try to flip my screen here, but I generally think it's hard to be a Blue Jays fan right now. I really do think it's hard to be a Blue Jays fan because it's hard because you get told these things that you know people keep saying. basically. And you start believing those people, what they're talking about, that you get to a point where you want to believe it. But you really want to believe it. Do I want to believe it? Yes. I really do want to believe it. But I'm not really sure what to believe at sometimes. But it's sometimes hard. It really sometimes is. But you're back, buddy?
Yeah, sorry, I had family emergency thing there, so my fault.
You're good, Jimmy. You're good. Take
Yeah,
your
okay.
Um,
So, have I missed any news or anything? Or?
no, you didn't miss any news. But, no, you didn't really miss anything. But,
Good.
I'm just kind of looking on Twitter right now. I really am. I'm trying to find something to talk about. There's nothing really on Twitter. I really do think the Blue Jays are moving away. I do think the Blue Jays are trying their best at Pete Alonso. And I want to believe it. I really do. But I find it hard to because it's just I don't know. MLB.com just posted something. Hold on. I'm gonna show this on my screen. MLB.com just posted about the
Oh,
fan list. They posted the fan list for top 10 first baseman in the league. Number 10 is Josh Naylor. Number 9, Luis Ariz. Number 8, Paul Goldschmidt. Number 7, Vinny Pasquantino. Number 6, Pete Alonso. Number 5, Christian Walker. Number 4, Matt Olson. Number 3, Bryce Harper. Number 2, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And number 1, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman, a bum.
I think it should be Vlad 1 and Alonso 2. I don't
Freeman
think
literally left,
the team, yes, because of a family emergency. But I know Freddie Freeman, great guy. Do I think he's a top Do I think he's the best first baseman in MLB right now? No, I really don't. I don't think Freddie Freeman's the best first baseman in baseball. I think you look at the stats, Vlad is probably the best. And then you got Pete right behind him. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm not quite out to look at. What else are we kind of thinking here?
there's not much that's come out as of late, so it's like really hard to like
Yeah,
say what's on.
going on, yeah. And it does suck, at times when you don't know what's going on.
So I really want to just get this Alonso thing over with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I do understand what you mean. Trying to think what else. We all know what um happened over the weekend, correct?
Yes.
Where I know a lot of people have documented this and have talked about this, but I kind of want to bring it up again today, where Steve Cohen said on January 25th, quote, I don't like the negotiations. I don't like what's been presented to us. That was Steve Cohen in his own eyes. What he said about the Pete Alonso sweepstakes. What do you think about that?
I think that really means he's not going to go higher than the Jays offer. Because I think before that, it's rumored we had the higher offer, and clearly he doesn't like the deal
Yeah,
type, like the
exactly.
way the contract's structured. So I don't think he's gonna budge at all.
I don't think so either. And you know, Ben Verlander the other day on January 23rd, he this post has been deleted, but he's saying seeing a lot of Alonso to the Jays rumors with Pete, Vlad, Santander, that team would mesh and maybe the worst defensive team of all time. Fun, I'd say do it. That pitching staff would love it. Did he forget that we had Dalton Varsho in the outfield last year?
And
And
we have
and
Jimenez now.
Kevin Kiermaier the year before.
Also, let's not forget George Springer.
George Springer, great, probably yeah. George Springer's a great player as
Also,
well.
Kirk.
Kirk, yeah,
Kirk's a defensive player. So we forget about Clement. I mean,
yeah,
Barrios himself is an amazing fielder.
yeah. Barrios himself, yeah, great fielder.
Check DMs, by the way. I sent you some news I just found. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think that's gonna sway him. I hope not.
Uh, Jeff O'Neill. Okay. Let me pull this up.
Jeff McNeil.
Jeff McNeil. Jeff McNeil says, I hope he's a Met. He's one of my best friends that I've ever played with, and I would love to have him around. But I want what's left for him.
Oh, but there's a but in there.
Exactly. So, does he think his teammate's gonna come back? I don't think he thinks his teammate's coming back.
I don't think so. That's like a sad little comment there, but I want what's best for him. So
Exactly. He said he wants the best for him. I don't really know what to think about that.
I don't think he's going back to the Mets at this point.
No, I don't think so either.
So we bring up John Tavares.
Yeah, sure, let's bring him up. Fuck it.
So remember how all of his career he on the Islanders, New York Islanders, he said, "I want to be here forever." Well,
Exactly.
what does he do? Goes to the Leafs,
Goes to
signs
the
a
Leafs.
big extension.
Mhm.
Yep,
Alonso said the same thing.
yep. And
That's how
Tavares
far.
was in it for the money. So
Exactly.
therefore, I think it's a Pete situation all over
I
again.
do think it's a Pete situation, personally. Oh wait, I hope we were going like this and I was able to hear you this whole time. That'd be pretty fucked up. That'd be pretty fucked if I found this all out and I wasn't able to hear and you weren't there for it. Like they didn't hear you.
Can they hear me?
I hope to God they did. I can't check it. Probably check it. One second. I don't think they can see this. I don't think they can see Discord right now. No, because I have it on me. So
I might be cooked.
you might be cooked. Yeah. Uh. Sky still here?
What?
Is anybody even here? I don't even know if anybody's here. Let me check this shit. Let me check it. Yeah, there's one person here. Um. Uh. Here. Hold on. I'm gonna go back and listen to it.
Okay.
One. They were obviously false. I really do think the Blue Jays are moving away. I do think the Blue Jays are trying their best. Number 6, Pete Alonso. Number 5, Christian Walker.
Does this
Shit. One. They 2020, 2021 Spider Tack. Oh yeah, Sky just brought up. What about Golfison? I'm trying to see if he can only hear me. I don't know if he can only hear me or not. No. Do. You still here, buddy? Yeah, you still here.
So here, but
All right. So he said, "Can you only hear me?" He said, "Nah." So I'm guessing he can hear the both of us. Just based off of, I think the
yeah, he
audio.
can hear us both. Yeah.
All right, that's good. Just. All right. All right. He can. Yeah. He confirmed he can hear the both of us. All right. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Um. What else were we going to want to talk about?
Check and refresh Twitter real quick, see if there's anything new. Oh, there was Boris trending.
I did see that earlier. That Boris was trending. We could talk a little bit NHL.
Where do you think Bregman's going?
All right, I saw this. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up on screen right quick. Look at this. Zach says, in other words, Boris wants Toronto to increase their offer. Replying, basically, kind of retweeting what Mets Batflip was talking about, saying the Mets' final offer, which Pete Alonso turned down, is going to be tough for him to beat. With the Blue Jays, Sir Andy Martino. Martino added that Alonso will likely not get as good as an offer from Toronto as he turned down from New York and could walk into spring training unsigned. Good news for the Mets. Martino, I think Andy Martino has no fucking clue what he's talking about.
Andy Martino came out like he doesn't know what he's talking about because there's a lot of people saying there's a done deal with the Jays and they're just waiting to squeeze more money from the Mets, and then he comes out and says that, and he keeps going back and forth. So
He's very and I don't he's I don't like it. I don't like it. I really don't.
I think we're still like the Jays are probably I think the Mets are pivoting. Honestly, like
I do.
for
I do
that
think that
reason.
too. Um yeah, there's not a whole lot on Twitter. I do think the Blue Jays have a better chance getting Alonso than people think they have. I do think that. I really do think that the Blue Jays have a better chance of getting Pete Alonso than people actually think they have on getting Pete Alonso.
I do have some Bregman news if you want to talk about that.
You do have breaking news. Okay.
Bregman.
With Alex Bregman.
Yep.
Brian Tuggart. Okay, how reliable is this son of a gun? Let's show it. Brian
MLB Network reposted it. That's all you need to know.
MLB Network reposted it. Dana Brown said that the team are having integral conversations about Bregman being available, but hasn't reached out to Boris. Boris texted Brown today, and Brown says he owes him a call. What do we think about this? What do we think about this? What do we think about it? Jesus Christ, my dog just scared the living shit out of me. What do we think about this?
I think it means he's staying in Houston, just to keep it buck with you.
I do agree with that. Um, close my door. I don't really have much else to talk about, do you?
Really, man.
There's nothing. Besides for Presley to the coach, which everybody knows
If
about.
there's ever, oh, why is Boris trending #1 now?
Whoa, hold on. We're gonna be staying on for
Four.
a couple more minutes. He's not trending #1 for me.
He is on my end.
Hold on, let me go to my other Twitter account and see if he's. Oh yeah, he is trending #1.
Yeah. Checking. Hold on. I don't know if this guy is legit at all, but I do have some news about Alonso.
Okay. Tiki has heard that. Can you send that link to here right quick?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, let's look at this one, fellas. I'll flip that.
Sports radio network, so I'm sure they have to be accurate.
It is New York based, too.
Yeah.
Tiki has heard that Pete Alonso was plucked by his former agent after hearing a promise from Scott Boras. Listen to below. Pete got a solid bill of goods by his agent now. Let's listen into what WFN said. Let's listen.
If you're hearing this message, you may be located.
There's a fucking ad. Well, I guess we're gonna listen to the ad.
Outside the United States of America. Odyssey is currently only available in the United States and associated territories. If you're in the U.S., please ensure you're not using a VPN and have allowed the.
Okay, so it's just about the nets. Okay, so it's basically we can't hear it. I don't think we can hear it because we're from Canada. So
I think by reading that, the bill of goods, he got a good bill of goods. He's in it for the money.
yeah. And who's giving him the best money?
Toronto.
Toronto. Toronto. Also, Francisco Lindor said this about Blue Jays prospect Arjun Namala.
Namala?
Namala. I see him becoming one of the faces of the franchise for sure.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I will send that to you.
Thank you.
I will pull it up. This is coming from our buddy. This is coming from Barrett on Twitter. This is what came out from Francisco Lindor earlier today.
Some big news from Lindor. Wow.
This comes from Francisco Lindor, and Namala is only what, 17, 18?
Yeah, 18, I think.
18, yeah. So very interesting.
Should we see how Namala's been doing for the Jays in their system so far?
Yeah, we should. Let's have a look.
Pulling him up. He is 19.
He's 19.
And in Dunedin, so the Florida Complex League, in 8 games, he had a 1,038 OPS,
Holy
571
shit.
slugging, 467 on base percentage. His batting average isn't the best, but he had 2 doubles, 5 hits, a triple, and a home run. So he hits for a lot of power.
Which is good. We kind of need power in our lineup.
So he had, out of 8 of his hits, 1 of them was not an extra base hit.
No.
5, man. 5 of his hits.
Yeah.
You know.
And
let's see what he did in Dunedin, Florida A-ball, not rookie ball. So
yeah.
in A-ball, he had 790 OPS. He had 16 home runs, 46. He's a really good player.
Yeah. I think he's an exciting player for the Blue Jays coming. That's for sure. Just- I don't think I've heard anything from anybody today. I've barely heard anything today. Um,
Hold on. What is this?
Twitter has been very quiet, and the past few days, and I don't like it personally because that just tells me that nothing's being done.
Did you see that?
We're at, um, no, I cannot. Um, you want to throw in a prediction about what we think's gonna
He's
happen?
gonna be a J. I'm calling it from the get go. I don't even. He's a J for sure.
I do think he's a Toronto Blue Jay, personally. I do think he's a Toronto Blue Jay. Do I think? What do I think what what do I think the contract's gonna be? I think Lev on Twitter is very accurate with his prediction of 3 years, $90 million.
I can agree. But I think it's gonna be closer to like 100 if the Mets match, honestly.
Yeah,
But I don't think they're matching.
I don't think
They're
they're matching either. No. Did you see that the Giants signed Jake Lamb to a minor league contract?
I did. It's a decent depth signing.
Toronto Blue Jays legend right there. uh, what? Who else is left out on on the free agent market besides for Alonso? Because I'm pretty sure everybody's
Scherzer.
Scherzer's, yeah. Predictions.
Also, that one guy, Quintana.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You hear, bud?
Yeah, I'm here. It's my bad. Quintana, yeah, I've heard about Quintana. He's still out
He's a
there.
really good depth piece. He's probably cheaper than Scherzer is going to be too. So if we get
And
Alonso, I'd honestly
he's a couple of years younger too.
I'd prefer Quintana over Scherzer. I'm keeping it buck with you.
Yeah, I would agree.
Or we could just trade for like an insane. Imagine we could trade for like Class A, like
Yeah. I will pull this up
We have
on from Twitter. It's coming from Avery. The Jays 2026 rotation is going to rock. Gosman, Brios, Yevich, Manoa, and Tiedemann. That's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a pretty good rotation. If it's 2026 for both Yevich and Tiedemann, because are gonna be up in the majors. I do think Tiedemann is MLB ready.
I think if he stops getting, well, I mean, we did fire a lot of our pitching coaches down there, so we wouldn't have like injury issues anymore. So
And plus, under the coach of Pete Walker, look what Tiedemann could become under Pete Walker. Same thing with Yevich. Savage. Is it Savage or Savage? I'm pretty sure it's Savage. But Savage. Pull up his. So I'm gonna pull up his college stats right quick. His college stats were really good.
yeah, Savage is essentially like number one.
Savage. Yeah, he went 11-1 last year.
Real 11-1.
Here's Trey Savage's numbers from 2023, 2024 at the University of East Carolina. He went 11-1 with a 2.03 ERA. Only allowed 4 home runs and 49 hits.
Wow. So, I mean, he's kind of like a Manoah in my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
Except he's not like, like
And he's 20. I don't
coming
even
into
think
camp, like, he's not going to come into camp weighing 100 extra pounds,
Yeah. Like Manoah always does. But he's 6'4" and he's 225.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good player. Good Pennsylvania boy. He's 21, so has a lot of room to grow. Same thing with Tiedemann. Tiedemann's what, 22? 23? Something like that?
I think Manoah's going to come back to Cy Young form. Because if he's lost the weight, apparently he feels like his arm is new. When he was back last year before he got hurt again, he was pitching really well.
Yeah, he was pitching good.
Do you know that game against Tampa where he had like 7 to 1 hit inning?
Yeah.
And then Vogelback almost hit like a cycle? I was at that game. It was fun. It was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, Ricky Tiedemann, he's 22.
That's not old at all.
No, it's not.
How old's Bloss? I like him a lot.
Who is?
Jake Bloss. How old's this guy?
Bloss? BLOS?
He's 23. A year older.
He's 23, yeah, and he was a Houston pick. We got him in the, he was
Look
a
at his
part of the
career
Kikuchi-
numbers, though.
He was a part of the Kikuchi.
Look at his like minor league numbers. Yeah, if you look at his minor league numbers, they're pretty good.
College and minor league stats.
He inflated when he came to Toronto a bit, but I think he was a little bit nervous because in
Jake
2024,
Bloss,
before that, he had a 1.61 ERA, a 2.08, so he's really good.
Yeah, he's gonna be a good player. And he's a starter too. So
Yeah, he could be a middle of the rotation kind of guy.
yeah, especially after and he played in four different leagues last year between Toronto and Houston. He played in High A, he played in Double A and Triple A for both Toronto and Houston. So it'll be interesting to see what the Toronto Blue Jays do. It'll be really interesting to see what Shatkins does. As a lot of Blue Jays fans call them, we call them Shatkins because they're stupid. No offense to them, they just don't really know how to manage a baseball team, in my opinion. They're not the smartest people in the world.
Who aren't?
Ross Atkins and Mark Shapiro.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting better this year.
They've gotten better this year. Yep, they've definitely gotten better this year. But, yeah. I mean, do you have anything else you want to talk about today?
There's nothing much, but we can go live if there's breaking news.
Yeah, we could. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop it here, and we'll start it back up when we get more news about if we get anything really. If there's any breaking news about Pete Alonso, probably will be the next time we're on.
Yeah.
When we get back, it's gonna be something about Pete Alonso, or it's gonna be about. Or like a major signing, like Quintana signing, or Scherzer signing, or you'll see us alive when if Vladdy signs his signs an extension. So
Yeah.
definitely. So we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys like maybe later today if we get some news. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll definitely let everybody know when we're going live again. Definitely. So stay tuned. And have yourself a good one.
Adios.
Adios.